Welcome to Turf Moor for the last home game of the campaign against Sheffield Wednesday. Already relegated, and you can see two men out there who are bringing their footballing careers to a close, professionally anyway. That's Burnley's Paul Cook and Burnley striker, the Paddy and Predator, Andy Payton. Terry.
Hero of mine, Andy Payton, David, as you know, something like 230 league goals, a claret to the very core of him. Paddy and Roughneck, you described him once, I think, and I saw him, and he was always one for giving you an interview after the game in the press room. Something like 115 clarets goal, 69 claret goals in the league in 100 odd games. It's a terrific strike rate, and he will be emotional and in tears because he'll always be a claret. And David, I'll hand over to you because I have a lump in my throat. I've loved him, and not forgetting Paul Cook there, who scored a fantastic goal down here that we debated on in the Jimmy McIlroy end. And did he mean to do it? We said yes, and he nodded in the press room and said it was definitely meant. Quick word on Andy Payton.
Andy Payton, we've said many a time, he comes on as a substitute, he starts and he writes his own script. Andy Payton, what a hero, he wears his heart on his sleeve, Andy Payton. And of course, just to remind, Paul Cook came to the club 4 seasons ago when Burnley were really struggling. Ternent brought him in, and he was the man instrumenting things in midfield, and he's done so ever since, really. Okay, the last game at Turf Moor in this campaign. Burnley have got first division status. Can't say the same for our White Rose counterparts here, Sheffield Wednesday. Over last week were relegated along with Grimsby into Division 2. A big club, Sheffield Wednesday, and it wonders what football's coming to, but nobody has a divine right, and they'll have to rebuild again under Chris Turner. Let's look at the mascots today. Congratulations to Thomas Ryland, who's celebrating his 8th birthday at Turf Moor today. He attends Hyde Primary School. His hobbies include cricket, football and playing the guitar. Oh, Thomas, happy birthday today. It's your birthday with the Clarets as the mascot. Enjoy it. And today's mascot from Sheffield Wednesday is 12-year-old Nicola King, who attends Brainsworth Comprehensive. She says her hobbies are life-saving, playing netball and football, as well as watching the Owls. Her favourite player is Chef Kuki and Michael Reddy. Hope you have a good afternoon this afternoon, Nicola, with Sheffield Wednesday. OK, we'll look at the Clarets lineup this afternoon. It's Nick McCopolis continues in goal. Captain Steve Davis at 5. Tony Grant wears 12. Graham Branch 15. At 23, Mark McGregor. Robbie Blake 27. Hope debut for Richard Chaplow at 30. Had a good game at Forest. Ian Moore at 16. Arthur Gnohéré 26. Gareth Taylor at 9. And Bradley Maylett at 20. On the bench for Burnley, Marlon Beresford, Gordon Armstrong, Matty O'Neill, Mark Rasmussen, and Mr. Wayne. And Wayne completes the lineup on the Burnley bench. Kevin Pressman in goal for Sheffield Wednesday, the experienced keeper. Ashley Westwood at 21, Barry Murphy 38, Stephen Haslam at 12, Dean Smith at 29, 4 Paul McLaren, Lee Bromby at 5, Grant Holt 28, Shefki Kuki at 9, Alan Quinn at 7, 33 Richard Ward. On the bench for the Owls, Owusu, Evans, Shaw, O'Donnell and Stringer. The referee, Mr. M. Clattenburg. Terry's with me, and well, it's the last home game. Terry, we're going to go off with a bang.
Like to think so, David. Doesn't seem 2 minutes looking back over the season that we're playing another side in blue and white stripes. Brian, we know what happened that day. The season seems to have flown by. It has been a roller coaster season. Just going to say we're going to have difficulties recognising the Sheffield players because the numbers are really poor. It always happens to us. We've just had an emotional send-off for two very, very popular Clarets. Andy Payton, one of the best one-on-one finishers I've ever seen, and a good defender from the front. 230 league games, both north and south of the border. And Paul Cook, who scored a wonder goal down here, and whoever made a mistake, he never hit. Hand over to you, David.
OK, Sheffield straight away are Grant Holt on this left-hand side. Chaplow goes in quickly. And that was Bradley Maylett. Here's Robbie Blake. Grant and Arthur Gnohéré on that far side. He's found Grant once again in midfield. He plays it forward. Robbie Blake pushes it right to McGregor. McGregor's early ball in. Grant goes in with a challenge. Sheffield Wednesday just slipping a bit on the turf. Mark McGregor picks it up on the halfway line. Gives it back to Steve Davis. He's looking for Gareth Taylor, who seemed to be held there momentarily as Davis pumps it high in the sky. It's a great atmosphere for this Battle of the Roses here at Turf Moor this afternoon. Gnohéré's header. And looks like he's going to get hold of this one again. Just cool as you like, lets it roll away. And it's a Claret throw over on that far side.
Started off very well. I'd just like to give my congratulations and David Metcalf's congratulations to Richard Chaplow making his full debut. Done very, very well in the games that we've seen him, and reportedly also from the away games.
It's nice to see the young ones starting to come through here at Turf Moor. This is Mark McGregor, the man got from Wrexham a couple of seasons ago, and his captain Davis plays it in the inside right channel, looking for Ian Moore. The ball dispatched out of play once again. Chaplow just does well, glides past them, and now Ian Moore. Shot from Moore. Awkward one for Pressman. It bounced off him. But Burnley starting confidently enough here against Sheffield Wednesday. Managed by Chris Turner, the former goalkeeper and Man United keeper as well. The shot comes in. And McCopolis let that one slip, it's got to be said, and that's an early strike for Sheffield Wednesday.
I don't know who made the shot, I can't see the numbers, David, but if you have a look in the binoculars there, the lad who's taking all the praise, near the referee now, numbers on his shorts, it's got to go down to a mistake by McCopolis. It really has. The ball, he hit it with some power, definitely right into the corner. It bounced somewhat awkwardly in front of Nico, but you would have thought that he would have got that. Uphill battle, David, nothing to lose. They've been relegated, may as well go out with a bang their side. You said our side with the bang, and an handball there, but that's a bit of a disaster. And just before that, Richard Chaplow, very confident on the ball, and Ian Moore got his shot away. Free kick, Steve Davis. And that's given added up to the Sheffield Wednesday fans there. Not that they needed it. Shown the mark of the big club that they are with the travelling supporters. I don't know if they knew that when they bought the tickets they'd been relegated. I suspect not, but that's testament to the massive stature of the club.
Well, there's a shock. Sheffield Wednesday taking an early lead on 2.5 minutes here at Turf Moor. This is Chopra trying to break through. I think it's McLaren that scored the goal for Sheffield Wednesday. As I say, the numbers not too visible on the blue and white striped shirts here at Turf Moor. But the free kick to the Owls on their left-hand side here, just under the TV gantry. Alan Quinn just plays it forward. Tony Grant gets half a foot to it. And Brian Barry Murphy there. And Wednesday still coming forward. McGregor just doesn't get the ball away. The cross comes in from Murphy. And a chance here. And that's 2 to Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, are we going to see it all again? The 6-yard box unmarked. The ball came off from the left-hand side. The Coppers had no chance on that one.
No, but I think that when the move built up here at this side, McGregor might have done better, a bit more determined effort to get away. The cross came over, in question the Burnley area between Graham Branch and the keeper. I'm not so sure that he'll look at them again and see what's happened, but again, the confidence, it was all clarets beforehand. And what will Chris Turner be saying? Too little, too late.
Well, I believe that was actually Westwood again for Sheffield Wednesday. The second goal from them. 2 goals in 5 minutes for the Yorkshire side, and hopefully we're not going to see another Watford situation here when that score was 7-4. 2 very early goals for the relegated Sheffield Wednesday. McGregor for Burnley, and Taylor goes in, chests it down, looks for opportunities, crowded out. The ball given away by the end by Taylor, and quickly away by Paul McLaren. Brian Barry Murphy. Another one, another opportunity here, and a good save by McCopples. It ain't finished yet. McCopples' the second attempt as Sheffield Wednesday pile on the pressure.
They're on the high, aren't they? But I said that there may be an inquest before, David. Westwood confirmed to have got the second ball from the cross that came in. There seemed to be defenders asleep, and you know, Arthur could have been one of those guilty party. But 2-0 down, you said chances created, and that could have been a third as easy as anything. And McCopples needed a save, and that was a save just to settle his nerves and get him back.
Yeah, a double-barrel save from Nick McCopples. The corner comes in, headed away by Graham Branch. Out for Wednesday, throw in here. Left-hand side for them, Sheffield Wednesday fans, as you may expect. Over the moon about this one. Robbie Blake in. Well, he's trying to work wonders there. I think it's Alan Quinn. Burnley come away with it with Tony Grant now in midfield. And left-hand side for Branch. Branch plays it long, looking for Taylor. Chaplow goes in. And Burnley, apart from that incident there with Chaplow, who beat 2 men into the box for Ian Moore. His shot bounced off Pressman, but after that it's been all Sheffield Wednesday here so far. McGregor, that's out.
Real stunner for the home crowd, David. They set off so well at the Clarets, and I think, what was it, McLaren in 3 minutes and Westwood in 5, something like that. And it's really give the added incentive to the Wednesday supporters in fine voice. Hit long, got to get a grip of the game now and got to start playing. I mean, there's contracts up for grabs at the end. These will be going through players' mind. Stan will be looking, the bench, head down there, and, well, that was a turn-up, that first 5 minutes.
It's all amazing stuff then, as well, Chris Turner, the Sheffield Wednesday manager, said if they'd have played like they did the last half of the season, they would never have gone down. And a Burnley substitute already about to enter the play. It's Mark McGregor who's coming off right back. Matty O'Neill's coming on. He usually plays on the left-hand side for the Clarets. Of course, he's got a long throw. He can cause problems, making it like a corner, or a free kick if you like, and he's just gone off onto that left-hand side for Burnley. Grant with the free kick. Davis is up there. Chaplow for the Clarets. Plays the ball in. He's looking here for Bradley Maylett. Can he hold it in? It's is it still in? It's still in, yeah. And the ball out now for a Burnley throw-in. Amazing start for the Yorkshire side. 2-0 in the lead. And we're just talking about the long throw specialist. He's going to do one right now on this right-hand side. Matty O'Neill, who launches it in the box. A good one too, with Sheffield Wednesday men up there. And they managed to get the ball away. Cuckoo it was, but there's Chaplow again. Turns well, gets the ball to Branch. Seems quite strong in midfield. Richard Chaplow, confident, likes to go forward. So does Gnohéré. And here's Robbie Blake now. Robbie Blake twists and turns, got support on that left. Matty O'Neill's cross, a good one. And again headed away by the Wednesday defence. And they just calmly come away with the ball. 2-0 in the lead. Akuki, who's in his Burnley half and Gnohéré as a second attempt, brings him down at the third attempt. And a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday in a central position, and it looks like a booking, perhaps, yeah. No, a telling off even? No, not even that, Terry.
No, they've taken it very quickly, David. And Matt O'Neill, there was commiserations, a 1-2 played there. Blake at the edge of the box, quick feet, doesn't try to find Matt O'Neill, which was a simple ball. And commiserations there for McGregor from Stan Ternent. He's probably saying, look, I want the balance changing. We're 2-0 down. We've only been playing 10 minutes, so I just want somebody wide out left to give us an outlet over that side. That's the theory behind it anyway.
OK, free kick to Sheffield Wednesday in the centre circle there. O'Neill goes up for Burnley. Chaplow heads forward for the Clarets, but Wednesday will pick it up here. Tony Grant looks on. Arthur Gnohéré's there, and free kick's a bit of charging away there. So a free kick to the Clarets then. Nick McApillis to take this one. Right-footed. Taylor goes up. Tries to win the ball back. Taylor still going forward here. Finds Blake. Here's Ian Moore. A turn from Ian Moore. A shot from Ian Moore. Oh, it's just wide from Ian Moore. It's a corner. A great effort from Ian Moore there.
Didn't get much behind it, but tell you what, it was going towards the corner, and the keeper just managed to get his hand onto it to give us the first corner.
Yeah, an experienced goalkeeper, Kevin Pressman, who took over from Chris Woods, the man that was at Burnley, remember, in the days of Chris Waddle. Blake with the corner then, back post, Taylor, but the referee's blown up, and the free kick to Sheffield Wednesday then. Well, we've only had 11.5 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
I'll tell you what's interesting as well, that they keep 2 men up to Sheffield, David, that when we're on the break and attacking, keep 2 men up there. They're not going to relinquish it, and they're still going to play on a forward but Cavalier side, because it's not too often we've seen 2 men up pushing on the Burnley last 2 defenders when the home side is on the break.
Certainly true, and Sheffield Wednesday have a throw-in on that far side, and manager of Sheffield Wednesday, Chris Turner, giving the ball there. And the ball, well, I think that hit the post. It was covered on that occasion by Nick McApillis. In the last game, of course, next Sunday down at Selhurst Park against Wimbledon. Again, a 1:30 kickoff. Last one of the campaign next Sunday. Taylor goes in with the head. This is Arthur Gnohéré on the just before the halfway line here. Back for Graham Branch. He plays it long in the inside left channel, looking for Ian Moore, not finding him, but Robbie Blake's over on the far side. The ball is still in play there. Arthur's going in like a tank there. Burnley have it now, and it's going to be out. Sheffield Wednesday ball then.
Nothing as demoralising for a home team, David. Forwards can miss chances, and everybody can say, oh, odd lines, well done. But when you're a defender, either a central defender or a keeper, and you accept that you've made a mistake, it permeates through the side, and it just is a confidence drain.
2 early goals. Throw down the side, right-hand side for Sheffield Wednesday. Cross comes in, Graham Branch clears the danger, playing centre-back role again this afternoon, and Taylor controls well. Lays it off to this right-hand side. Steve Davis plays an early ball. He was looking for Ian Moore. Chance here for Bradley Malett to get some involvement in the game, is yet to do so. But a free kick to the Clarets with the referee, Mr. Clattenburg, back in name. Yeah. So confidence drain off, of course, is that of the crowd as well. Just flattens you a wee bit when you concede 2 early goals, especially at home. You know, I mean, away from home you may sometimes expect it, but here at the Turf, and a side that's gone, basically gone. But it's always the case, isn't it? Like you say, playing for contracts, playing for pride. A big club, Sheffield Wednesday, and this is Chopra gets dispossessed. To this left-hand side now. Grant Holt making good space, and Graham Branch getting that ball off Grant Holt, and it's a goal kick.
Well, we saw a couple of tackles like that the other week where you've got to be spot on. There's no margin of error at all, and he got beyond him and he managed to just get the leg out, keep up with him for pace, and played off him actually for the goal kick. Great decision also by the referee that.
Yeah. That was a handball by Robbie Blake right in front of the referee. He's not going to get away with that one. Free kick then to Wednesday, the visitors here this afternoon. Holt heads down, and Murphy in for Makopoulos, and Barry Murphy as he's called. Makopoulos has no problem with that one in that Jimmy McIlroy stand, end of the ground. Picture in the programme showing a picture of Ralph Coates as we knew him back in 1969, Terry. That was a memorable figure. Taylor does well, but it's a penalty against Gareth Taylor. What's that? Matty O'Neill. Free kick, trip from Matty.
And the pitch that day, David, I don't know what month of the year it was, we'll have a look afterwards. It was a quagmire and they were filthy, and Ralph Coates, as you said, with his hair, it was just as you remember him, and it's that shirt that you always liked, the one. We've got 3 at the back, David. It's just Branche, Gnohéré and Steve Davis.
OK, so a change of formation. Burnley have to pull something from this game once again, as a free kick with Robbie Blake over on that far side. Can he make one like he did the other week? We won. It was a rocket against Preston. Local rivals. He's probably going to go for it as Robbie Blake hits that one. Oh, it's a good one, but it's just wide. The right-hand post of Kevin Pressman there, and now a free kick to Wednesday.
And the Wednesday fans made the gesture behind the goal there that it was wide, but I'll tell you, it wasn't so wide, and you mentioned it, that the goal against Preston, it could be in contention for one of the goals of the season.
I should hope so. One of the classic goals from Robbie Blake offside. Preston, Sheffield Wednesday caught offside there. So free kick, and the sun just peeping out here at Turf Moor, and we've had some 16 coming up to 17 minutes gone in the game. Yeah, Burnley need a goal to lift the crowd here on the last game at Turf Moor of this campaign. Well, you've got to remember, of course, it'll soon be August and we're at it starting again. Now then, Bradley Malett, and Taylor just getting him out of the way, trying to lay it off. And the Sheffield Wednesday fans giving Gareth Taylor the bird because, of course, he played for Sheffield United, didn't he, and an old enemy of theirs.
They're giving him the owl.
The bird, the owl, yeah. Very good. They don't give 2 hoots, though, do they, really? Anyway. It's a throw-in, the Clarets with Matty O'Neill, a launch into the box. Good one again. Can the Clarets get hold of this one? Straight back to O'Neill. He needs a bit of help here, but he's confident enough to take him on. It's right to the back post. It's just gone out. But you've got to admire him. He's really got the confidence to take him on.
I praised him before for getting the crossing early because forwards look like early crosses, but there when the defender had slipped, he'd made his mind up that he was going for the early cross, when actually he just could have got himself into the box and pulled it back and find his man.
Pressman with the kick then. Come off Kuki's head. Is that going the other way? Is that a foul throw? So we can take this throw in now here. Steve Davis with it. Taylor's up there, Grant's not on. Gareth Taylor battling for the ball, O'Neill. Free kick again to Burnley. So Arthur Gnohéré with the free kick for Burnley. Well, the Burnley fans still in a buoyant mood despite the fact they trail. Now then, Bradley Maylett. Davis. Forward again, but Sheffield Wednesday pump it straight back out. Graham Branch hoists it over to that left-hand side. O'Neill goes up for it, and that runs away from Chaplow. Wednesday trying to stroke the ball about. Tony Grant now, former Man City midfielder, and Everton, of course. Just looking for an option here. Plays it down the line to Ian Moore, who's onside. Ian Moore with support here with Bradley Maylett. Maylett crosses in, and the header, and a bit of a fracas going on here. And the referee is going to have the book out here by the look of it. The two men are going to be spoken to. Ian Moore. Red! Ian Moore's got the red card, and off he goes.
Bit of lack of discipline, rush of blood to the head, and he's found his man Bradley Maylett in support. He'd gone for it. That is a mountain to climb. 2-0 down at home, playing a relegated side and down to 10 men. But really, it's just get on with the game. That will frustrate the manager tremendously.
Off the ball incident, which I wasn't looking at, obviously, looking at the ball. And Ian Moore has departed from Turf Moor. I've never seen Ian Moore be sent off before. I wonder if that's the first time in his career. Anyway, they're down to 10 men, as Terry said. Burnley will have to regroup once again. Everything, it never rains, it always pours, doesn't it? 2-0 down and down to 10 men. And we've only had 21 minutes of the first half. Taylor gets the header down. Sheffield Wednesday clear the danger right at the edge. Steve Davis, cool as you like, comes away with the ball for Burnley. He's got Bradley Maylett to his right. He chooses Blake, who's marked. And that's out for a claret ball once again.
Not only are we 2-0 down, not only are we 10 men down, we've also used a sub.
That's correct, yeah. I've forgotten about that. Mark McGregor had gone off, and we brought Matty O'Neill on as an early substitute for Burnley. No, that's true. You were Terry saying you don't see many goalkeeper managers. Chris Turner is one of them. I think he's going to be a successful manager from what we've seen him do so far, but I think he got all the Sheffield Wednesday when it was a wee bit late.
I can think of Ray Clemens, and there's another one just came to mind. I've forgotten it while handing over the mic. I might think of it while his free kick comes in, taken in. Taylor there with the ball, just whipped off the feet of Steve Davis.
Unbelievable. That was I would have thought it would be an opportunity there for Burnley. This is Robbie Blake, and Robbie Blake going to try one. It hits the back of a Wednesday defender. And Burnley lose possession again. Arthur Gnohéré picks it up on the halfway line, beats his man but runs into trouble. He creates a foul and gives Sheffield Wednesday a free kick, and he's going to have a word with Arthur.
And the other one I was thinking of, the very famous one, was Schultz.
So we got another free kick here for our visitors. free kick will be taken when we get everybody up on the feet. Pressman's come to have a natter as well, the Wednesday keeper. But no, he hasn't really had a lot to do, Kevin Pressman, so far with the Wednesday free kick. Then Branch gets the header. Grant chasing this one. Sheffield Wednesday have the throw in here. Referee given that one. Branch puts it out to corner to Wednesday. And it's a very full cricket field stand, Terry, and you know, the team that's been relegated, it's a heck of a following.
It is, as we said, David. We didn't know how many of those tickets were bought before the relegation was confirmed, but they're making a heck of a noise, and quite rightly so.
Corner comes in for Sheffield Wednesday, headed out by Arthur Gnohéré. Bradley Maylett, will he get hold of this one? No, he won't. Sheffield pump it back in. It's Branch's ball. Shoulder charge, as you quite can legally do. Goal kick to the Clarets. 25 minutes gone. Still Burnley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Clarets have yet to find the back of the net. The Owls have done it twice. Grant, good play from Tony Grant. Branch plays a first-time ball up. Taylor keeps him off. Good ball from Taylor. Can Bradley Maylett get by his marker? This is the byline. Oh, and the cross came in, and a challenge there. And a corner to Burnley. I think it was Lee Bromby's challenge on that cross from Brad Maylett.
The theory that the man who gets booed does something brilliant, and Bradley Maylett did well, didn't he? Corner, Blake with the ball.
As Blake takes it now. Oh, that was O'Neill. I thought he was going to get on to head that one. Davis gives it back to Blake. Blake plays it to the back post. Taylor battling for the ball, and that was falling to Lee and to O'Neill, and that's the referee's giving it against the Clarets, quite surprisingly so.
Well, I suppose minimal contact. It's just the classic centre-forward, centre-off battle there, but often goes the way of the defenders. But I've got to say, the referee, David, he hasn't missed a trick. He's been up and down, and he's been really on it. And Pressman is going off, David.
Well, the Sheffield Wednesday keeper, Kevin Pressman, is leaving the field. So their reserve goalkeeper is Stringer. Stringer replaces Pressman. As you said, he hasn't had a lot to do, so goodness knows how he's got injured.
No, I can't recall it, David. If I can't recall from asking you for the microphone, former goalkeepers who've become managers in their own right, I can't remember incidents for a few months ago. I just don't recall.
Just that one hit him rather awkwardly from Ian Moore early on in the first half, before Sheffield took the lead, of course. But new man in the nets. Stringer it is, who takes the kick, first touch of the ball to the reserve goalkeeper Steve Davis for Burnley. High in the sky, and Sheffield pumping forward. Branch again, and again it's like ping pong at the moment. High in the sky, Matty O'Neill. Foul on the youngster, and a booking here, Terry.
Stephen Haslam getting booked. He didn't have to do it, because I thought that Matt O'Neill had pushed the ball too far, and he was covered, and it was just going to get tidied up by his colleague at the side of him, and instead he just obstructed him a bit firmly, and resulting is a booking.
No, I don't think Robbie Blake will shoot from there, but he plays the ball into the penalty area, right-hand side. Davis's header! And I thought that was going to go in the top corner.
Had to be a corner. his body shape there tells you that he's gone over the line and pulled it back round, but never mind. Just at 6s and 7s from the header from Steve Davis, and the defender just headed it up and over. Could have been going into the top corner, and Stringer in goal, the substitute goalkeeper, just had to collect, but a corner in my opinion.
Indeed. And Sheffield Wednesday here on this left-hand side once again. Kuki has just won Sheffield a throw-in on this left-hand side.
And when I was doing the statistics, the paperwork for it before, you said, do you not have a column for sending offs? I said, no, it's not required.
You never open your mouth, never speak. Well, yeah, you know, you wonder about sometime. And heat of the moment, whatever you like, but Ian Moore's no longer on the field. He got sent off. Flick on from Taylor, looking for O'Neill. Gnohéré's header. O'Neill can pick this one up on this left-hand side for the Clarets. He plays a good ball forward again. He was aiming for Robbie Blake on that occasion. Gnohéré's header. The ball played long again. Branch heads back for Nick Makopoulos, the Clarets keeper. He just pushes the ball out, kicks it long. Taylor's flick-on header for Blake, who pushes it wide to O'Neill, left-hand side for Burnley. And O'Neill takes 2 of them on. Cheekily does it. He gets a free kick as well. Nutmegged him.
Dead right, he did through his legs, and I thought he'd trip, but he just got a push. I tell you what, Gareth Taylor's doing very well, winning many flick-ons. It's pity we're down to 10 because 1 or 2 of them had just dropped to the Clarets in good positions.
Yeah. Free kick then on that far side. Robbie Blake to take this free kick for the Clarets. They seem to be held back. Chaplow's shot. A good effort from Chaplow. Just over the top from the youngsters. Nice to see Chaplow and O'Neill getting stuck in here at Turf Moor this afternoon and doing well.
There's all good midfielders from incidents like that, just outside the box, picking up the pieces, chested it down, I believe, and just got it onto his left foot, had the confidence to go for the dip, just whistled narrowly over the bar. Not dissimilar to a chance away from home a couple of weeks ago. I think it was Portsmouth or Forest, where reports said that he had a shot very, very similar, just inches over. Confident for the lad.
It is. Davis with the header. Sheffield Wednesday head forward. That's Graham Branch up there. Free kick given to visitors here. Bit late, I would think, but there we go. Free kick. Tony Grant just giving the ball back. So it's going to be Sheffield Wednesday once again. Quinn with it. Davis heads it away. Akuki, and now a chance. Well, that was a strange one. That's the 3rd one for Sheffield Wednesday. Looks like that man again, Westwood, actually. I don't know whether it is or not, but bounced over the top of Makopoulos. Strange one. Caught unmarked again at the far post.
Yes, that's where the incidents will be, but if you're down to 3 men at the back because you've got to pull something out of the game, you're bound to be caught at the back. And actually the scorer mishit it, didn't he, because he didn't hit it with any power whatsoever, but it just sits like a googly. You just don't expect it to go that way. Well, trouble at the mill now, David. 3-0 down. Not too long to go before half-time, and 1 or 2 disgruntled spectators, I suspect, are going for an early pie.
So Burnley to kick off for the 3rd time in this first half. Sheffield Wednesday trainer on. Wood. Richard Wood, the scorer, just had confirmation of Sheffield Wednesday's 3rd goal. Davis. Maylett. Gnohéré battling there on the far side, gets the ball back, then loses it and fouls in the process, gives away another free kick.
Must maintain your discipline. Okay, frustration abounds, but you can't keep giving free kicks away because you risk the wrath of the referee. You only need the 2 and then you're off again and down to 9. Must maintain that discipline.
Wednesday, Davis there, shot comes in, it's wide of the left-hand post of Nick McGregor. Goal kick to Burnley, 3-0 down, and we haven't even hit half-time yet. About 11 minutes to go before the break here.
Steve Davis just wanting more effort from the team, and there's got to be some pride at stake and knocking around there. Ball played out. Branchy, turn Branchy.
Well, it's well, here we go again, so to speak, as Grant Holt puts the ball across, and McGregor does well to capture that one just outside the 6-yard box. Got a bang on the head for his efforts there, Nick McGregor. So the trainer comes on, this time the Clarets trainer, in this Nationwide League Division 1. Burnley trail by 3-0 here.
No place for faint hearts in the 6-7 yard area of professional football ground, David. Both players, one diving in, and he went up to him. I think it was Shefki Cook. He just mentioned that he might have got a slight glance, but one was flying one way, one the other, and McGregor took it very, very well indeed. But whether he just got a slight nudge off Cookie as he was going through, but he looks a bit groggy on that deck, David. As I said, no place for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, he seems to be flat out at the moment, as the Burnley trainer attends to Nick McGregor. So Sheffield Wednesday fans jubilant in their side's success so far. McLaren, Westwood and Wood, the three, I do beg your pardon, goal scorers for the Owls this afternoon, and we still await for Nick to get on his feet. All action at Turf Moor. So he's got the stats there for you now, as Marlon Beresford, former Wednesday keeper, as we said, gets into the goal mouth, replacing Nick McGregor. So, what a game so far. It's all the wrong way for Burnley, of course. The bounce up, back to Marlon. Back in the Burnley goal mouth.
Questions asked, can you score direct from a bounce up?
Yeah, I don't know. Long way to go, isn't it? Well, it isn't that way, obviously. Towards the cricket field stand then. Here's Arthur. Not getting the touch on he would require, I would think. As Davis. And that man again, Holt. Over the top from Holt. Corner on this left-hand side then. The referee, Mr. Clattenburg.
Mr. Clattenburg, that's a mouthful. Oh, that's Battenberg.
Thinking of food again. So, Nick McGregor being stretched off and getting good applause from the visiting fans of Sheffield Wednesday on that far side. The cricket field stand end. The corner for Sheffield. Back post, the header over the top.
And to rub salt into the wounds, a few minutes ago the Wednesday fans were singing "Can we play with you every week?"
Well, no, they can't next season because they won't be in this league, but we'll probably meet them at some point once again. Beresford's kick's not a good one as Holt heads it forward. Davis passed it to Gnohéré, linesman, and a free kick. And a sympathy vote there. Free kick to the Clarets. Bit of stoppage time now, of course, to add on to before the break, as Beresford kicks it low trajectory again at Bradley Maylett, pushing it wide here for Grant. And Grant, Chaplow over the head of Maylett and keeper Stringer. just rolls it over to that far side. That's gone out. A good challenge, but moving forward from Matty O'Neill, who indeed is a first-half substitute for Burnley, replacing Mark McGregor. Taylor. O'Neill. O'Neill does really well. Handball penalty. And that is the persistent work of Matty O'Neill. No doubt in Mr. Clattenburg's mind. Burnley have a chance to get about a goal back, Terry.
Yes, I think it was a penalty. We might have thought that if it was at the other end it was a touch off. Robbie Blake stepped up. He's confident, he has to score. We've got to get this one back before half-time. And as you said, Matt O'Neill, praiseworthy over on the far side, and persistence paid off for the penalty kick. Blake steps up.
Okay, let's see if Robbie Blake can convert this one then. The ball's moved from the spot. Robbie Blake has got a massive Sheffield Wednesday fans in front of him. He has Stringer to beat from the penalty spot, and let's hope he does. As Robbie Blake, ball's blown away again. This is not helping the situation whatsoever.
No, it saps your confidence as that, and it's even more of a mark of a man in the Wednesday players there. It's just where it is then. Stringer looks big in that goal.
As Robbie Blake takes up. 3-1, and Burnley have grabbed a lifeline. Robbie Blake.
Stringer looked big in the goal, but not big enough because Robbie Blake fired it in low into the bottom corner to Stringer's left. 3-1 before half-time. 4 goals, 2 goalkeeper substitutes, a sending off. Value for money at the Turf these days.
4 goals before the break there, but it's nice to see Burnley hit the back of the nets after seeing 3 goals from Sheffield go in early doors. Branch. Davis. Big kick from Marlon that time. Taylor up. Blake goes down, scorer from the penalty spot, of course, and Gnohéré's there. Sheffield Wednesday on a counter-attack here, going to hit Burnley on that right-hand side. Branch does well, and playing for handball, and given by Clattenburg once again.
I think you heard my appeal. And Burnley have just changed the lyrics of Tom Hawkes. I won't repeat what it said, but if I'd have been the Wednesday fans, I'd have been singing, "We're coming back up."
Yeah. Here's Graham Branch on the right-hand side now for the Clarets. For Maylett, clattered bum behind. Bradley Maylett there, free kick to Burnley.
Really, I don't think the Wednesday defender could argue with the referee. He's got away with a book in there coming in at the back. Bradley sort of accentuated the fall, mind you. Played with the ball, he wants every free kick, every penalty, everything these days.
Hungry for goals. Robbie Blake with a free kick then for the Clarets. Over to that far side looking for Gareth Taylor. It didn't actually reach him. And good play here on this left-hand side for Wednesday. Chopra goes in very hard and puts the ball out for the Clarets. And, well, a couple of minutes of normal time, and there'll be about another 5 minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, do you think, Terry, for that injury to Nick?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 minutes time for another 4 or 5 goals, isn't it? And I have to say that I've been quite impressed with Richard Chaplow. It's his full home debut, and he looks extremely comfortable and accomplished on the ball. He'll be pleased, he'll be disappointed with the way the game's gone, but with his own performance when he looks back, he'll have a lot to put into his memory bank.
That's right, some good performances from the youngsters here, must be remembered, despite the scoreline, of course, and we're looking for them for next season, as Burnley will be looking to renew contracts and not to renew contracts, as it were. And with not a lot of money about, these lads will be very much in the frame for next season. Here's Steve Davis, who's been in the frame for many a season here at Turf Moor, been a good, consistent player for the Clarets. His best role, I feel now, is in midfield, but he's doing a job at the back here at the moment because of circumstances has happened, with Ian Moore being sent off as well for the Clarets. That's like Ian Moore will start, will not start the campaign next year now because of that sending off.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say we'll start next season with a suspension, a ban. Yeah, exactly right. Disappointing, isn't it?
It is really, because I don't think Ian Moore is definitely not that type of player, but the heat of the moment, as we said, referee had no option. 3 minutes of added time, and we wonder where that came from. Probably we're thinking more like 5, but the referee says 3, the 4th official at any rate. Robbie Blake has possession. Back to Gnohéré on that left-hand side for Burnley. Stan Ternent, the Burnley boss, looks on over on that far side, and Clarets have a throw-in. It's going to be Matty O'Neill to launch this one into the Sheffield Wednesday 18-yard box on that left-hand side for Burnley. It's like a free kick. Watch this one whiz in. Good one. Taylor goes in there. They certainly are worth having him on just for that alone, but he has had a good first half on that left-hand side. Confident youngster as he beats yet another Sheffield player. Hard cross comes in again. Wednesday get it away. Kooky on that number 9 shirt there, but Matt O'Neill offside. The referee, the linesman's given the flags up straight away. Free kick to Wednesday. Perhaps just a couple of minutes left of that 3 minutes of stoppage time, Terry.
Yeah, when I was in training, we used to have sort of prizes for the number of times you nutmeg people. And I tell you what, if you were in training at Burnley with Matt O'Neill facing you, you'd be, you know, having to dig deep afterwards. But he has knocked it through the legs a couple of times.
Yeah, it's been good to watch. Stringer with the kick. It's Graham Branch. He was fouled, backing into Graham Branch. Free kick to the Clarets then. Marlon Beresford kicks left-footed. Headed back to Stringer as O'Neill comes looking in.
And the fans have found something in common there, and it's the Sheffield United manager. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw Stan just have a little nod towards the fans. I like the humour in football, even in adversity. That's good to see.
Yeah, Neil Warnock. We call him Warlock. He's called Warnock, really, of course, but he always has something to say, the controversial manager. They've had a good season, incidentally, that not to be taken away from him, but not very well liked. Blake with the kick, and Stringer collects that one in 6-yard box. And I think the referee is going to blow any minute now. We've had 2, maybe nearly coming up, a couple of 20 seconds perhaps, as Sheffield Wednesday break again. And there is the half-time whistle, Terry, as we see Burnley concede 3 before the interval. Have a man that's sent off in Ian Moore, but a pull-back goal by Robbie Blake on the penalty spot. And both goalkeepers have left the park, so we've got 2 new keepers as well. All action, we'll see what happens in the second half, but at the moment at the Turf, it's Burnley 1, Sheffield Wednesday 3. All right, ready to roll in the second half, and it's Sheffield Wednesday to kick it off. Burnley trail, of course, by 3-1. Let's see if Burnley can pull this one round out of the fire, as it were. Substitute for the Owls coming on. Still wait for this substitution to be made here at Turf Moor. The Sheffield Wednesday to kick this second half underway, and if you can read that, you're a better man than I. Okay, a 40 is Evans, a 39 Dean Smith's gone off and make way for Evans. So Mr. Clattenburg ready with his officials to kick this second half off. He synchronises his watches, blows his whistle, and away we go. Branch powerfully up in the air with the head. Taylor, fouled by Gareth Taylor, and a booking for the Burnley striker. Well, I don't know. He's had a few of those, I don't know, and the referee, Mr. Clattenburg, has decided to punish him for it.
If the referee books him for that, I've got to say that Mr. Clattenburg, in every league game that he plays, will be booking centre-halves within the first 5 minutes and centre-forwards in the first 5 minutes. I find that extremely harsh. I find there was nothing in it. It was just, you just see how many times players will try and turn the markers.
Quite true, with ball played in again, edge of the area. Steve Davis with the header over Blake, and Taylor was up with a foot there, as the referee ignored that one completely, thank goodness. It's Bradley Malett on that far side, can't get possession of the ball. Graham Branch doing a strong marking job. Cross comes in, and there it is, fourth goal. A cross, was never really any danger, and into the back of the net over Marlon Beresford, and that is 4-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. Well, the second half continuing as the first, Terry.
Well, that's a goal. I think it's by the substitute who's just come on. Evans, a cross, you know, perfectly placed, if you like, if you're going to go for a shot cross, but over the head of Marlon, and Marlon just has the very first goal for Nico that we thought was at fault. I think any keeper beaten in a position like that has to look at himself. I'm sorry to have to say it, but he'll be very, very disappointed, whatever his thoughts on it.
Well, there it goes. The goal machine continues with the Owls as throw into the Clarets on the far side. Davis with the throw in for Burnley. Plays it forward again. Chaplow plays it up for O'Neill. O'Neill confidently checks it down. Plays it back for Grant. Grant has a poor ball from Tony Grant, gives the ball away, and Arthur Gnohéré puts that ball out. Sheffield Wednesday have a throw in. Loud shouts of Wednesday bellowing from the cricket field stand. Well, they might. We've seen a lot of goals go in at Turf Moor this season, and we didn't think this was going to be one of them. And they're going to come in again. O'Neill puts the ball out for a Wednesday corner on their right-hand side.
Well, I think it was confirmed that it was Evans's cross, definitely a cross. No way is he going for that, but that's what confused Marlon.
Corner that it is, right side for Sheffield. Back post, headed wide. Now a goal kick for the Clarets. .48.5 minutes gone. Burnley 4-1 down here at Turf Moor. Davis flick on from Grant. Past O'Neill. Branch just hammers that ball into touch into the James Hargreaves lower tier here at Turf Moor. Ashley Westwood with the throw in for Wednesday. Akuki's up there, so is Gnohéré. A foul by Steve Davis that time on Holt, and a free kick to our visitors here. Alan Quinn leaves it. It's not going to take this one after all. It's going to be Evans to take this free kick, left-footed into the box. Oof. Branch away by Graham Branch in the 6-yard box, right over to the Burnley dugout there, where Sam Ellis and Stan Ternent looking rather bemused once again.
I have to say, not on their own. It's just well, mind-boggling, to be honest, and he's got to be very careful as Gareth Taylor, because of the well, I don't think it was a booking, to be honest.
The fact that it is a booking, of course, is on dangerous for him. Chaplow as well, still has possession. Back for Branch, who's under pressure quickly into the Wednesday half. It's still Graham Branch asking for people to come forward. Left-hand side he goes to Matty O'Neill. and O'Neill again will take him on into the box, just taken away from him on that occasion, but Grant picks it up for the Clarets. O'Neill in support here. O'Neill has it now for Burnley. Cross comes in from him. Oh! Just caught by Stringer. Good effort. He was trying a similar situation, only that one was at the near post for him. Similar to that one of Evans, but Evans, of course, his cross shot went in. Really bouncing ball. Oh, Gnohéré gets the header to it. Gives Wednesday a throw-in. Not in too great a hurry, as you may expect.
I know the first requirement is to win the game, David, but if I were them, I'd push on against 10 men.
Yeah, he's every opportunity to do that, and I think they will. Taylor leaves it off here for Blake. And Blake pushes it out. It's going to be a good ball for Bradley Maylett. If he can get the other side of this man, and Maylett in there. No penalty. The referee waves play on. Maylett down he went in the 18-yard box. But it was an ideal opportunity for Maylett. It was an awkward bouncing ball for Sheffield Wednesday defender, but Branch has done well there. Cooley puts the ball out. Davies tries to keep it in.
I think for a couple of seconds there that the opportunity just presented itself to Bradley Maylett, where he had the option just to lob the keeper, who was desperately scrambling by, and Stringer got back into the position. Then he had two defenders on him and the opportunity was gone.
So Kuki on that far side of the ball, played early into the box. Gnohéré has to beat this. Oh! Well, he mishit the ball, and Beresford went down rather early. Because he missed it, it gave Beresford the opportunity to capture the ball. Taylor puts down now, then Robbie Blake. Left foot strike for Blake, and that's into goal! Robbie Blake, 4-2. Stringer couldn't handle it. The power by Robbie Blake's left foot meant that Stringer let it in.
I'll tell you what it is. Turner, the goalkeeper turned manager, will be having a look at his goalkeeper there, Stringer, and he'll be using this video as what not to do when you're a keeper. Odd shot, will grant you that. He turned very well, did Blake. He hit it with some power, but a keeper there in that position, if you don't think you can grasp it and pull it out of the air, what do? You tip it over for safety.
So an attempt to catch not coming off for Stringer. Burnley have another goal back. Burnley 2, Sheffield Wednesday 4. I'm not saying that word bizarre, I'm not going to say it anymore, but that's the way it is. And remember, the Clarets are down to 10 men. This is Robbie Blake. Push wide for O'Neill, left-hand side for Burnley, in again for Blake. Blake being challenged strongly for the ball, but he turns well. He finds O'Neill on the left-hand side. Can he put the ball in? He does. It's a good ball for Taylor. Taylor nods down, looking for Maylett. And Wednesday power the ball up to the halfway line. And their chance now to break in the centre. Push wide at the left-hand side. Bradley Maylett chasing that one all the way. Cross comes in. Davies is there for Burnley. Here's Bradley Maylett. He was half asleep there. He was definitely half asleep, being told by Captain Steve Davies, you know, he got the ball, do something with it.
He did, he waited, guilty, waited for the ball to come to him, wasn't he? And I'll tell you what it is, it was just after their attack where the man miskicked just about 8 yards out, where he miskicked and he hit the standing foot, that the ball broke clear. It could have been 5-1 and total embarrassment, and instead it's 4-1. 4-2, make that.
Yeah, well, it's hard to keep track of the score at these games these days, but that's the situation. Sheffield Wednesday man injured, trainer on for them once more. Certainly Sheffield Wednesday fans enjoying their day out. The penultimate game for them in Division 1, of course, as they look forward to, well, I don't know whether you look forward to it, but another season in League Lower.
have to report that the Clarence fans there were singing 6-0 to the goalkeepers, 4-2, and there's quite a few errors within that. 6-0 to the goalkeepers, but it's a video that you'd want to show young goalkeepers and say that, look, this is what happens, what you don't do. And obviously Chris Turner will be very, very aware of the goalkeeping error there, I think, by Stringer. Substitution, Blake going off, chance to blood a young.
Bradley Mailer going off then. Gordon Armstrong on for Bradley Mailer then. Man we haven't seen playing in the first team for some time, it's got to be said. Gordon Armstrong, a man got from Bury by Stan Ternent.
And I just wonder what Stan will do there, because he's taken up a centre-half position previously occupied by Gordon Branch, and perhaps he'll push Branch up to give a bit more height and support to Taylor to help relieve some of the pressure from the big lads at the back.
Yeah, that's probably quite true, Terry, as Stringer will take a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday over on that far side. Kick rather long. Davis heads forward for the Clarets out of defence, but Sheffield still have it on that far side. Grant fails to get hold of it, and Wednesday with Holt on that far side trying to manoeuvre himself round from the touchline. And a throw in to Wednesday. Nothing happening. Blake battling for the ball. Davis seems to have possession. A crowd of Wednesday players round him. Blake on the far side up for Graham Branch. And Branch trying to feed Blake once again. Clarets throw in.
You and I, David, have been Branch fans even during the dark days where he perhaps wasn't playing at the height of his confidence, but it just shows what a versatile player he is, whether out wide left, down the middle, or somewhere along the back floor. Stan said, I think the other week, that he's a footballer, and he's a footballer playing many places.
Yeah. He's very versatile. Chaplow and Branch now in possession for Burnley. Looks round in the centre circle, leaves it for Tony Grant. Grant plays it inside for Robbie Blake. Robbie Blake just a touch from a Wednesday man as Taylor. He just gets stuck in there, but taken away from him. Referee's in the way as Wednesday break past the halfway line here. And Armstrong, let's play on by the referee. It was a foul by Armstrong. And here's a chance, an open situation, but good save from Marlon Beresford. Indeed it was, and I think it was Grant Holt who hit that ball with some pace, and Marlon Beresford equal to it.
I think in some respects that was the best move and best football of the game. It was excellent stuff, and I didn't think it was a foul by Gordon Armstrong, but the referee was ready to blow, allowed advantage, and with 2 against 1, 2 against Arthur Gnohéré at the back. Well won, young lad, determination there.
Good play from Chaplow as Davis plays it in. Graham Branch! Oh! Straight into the arms of Stringer. But some great play from Chaplow. The cross from the right-hand side. And Branch's header, I thought it was going in.
A super header by Branch after good work in midfield, determination and skill, and a little pass to finish it off by Chaplow. Cross come over. Super header by Branch, and I'll tell you what, David, I think that was very, very close to having been over the line, because it seemed to catch Stringer out.
Did. It can be tested, Stringer, as we've seen with Blake's shot. Second goal for Robbie Blake. Beresford kicks it up. A good flick on from Branch. O'Neill's in there, a Sheffield man holding his face, so he's got a big play up. He's got to hold it up. 2 Burnley men down. I mean, 2 players down.
Well, there's 3 down, to be honest, all the way around. But Branch went up to head the ball, and the big lad at back, what I think it is, numbers very, very difficult to read, as we've already said. And what do? You're Mr. Versatile, and for your pains, you get a smack across the back of the head. It's hard work being a professional footballer. But really, there have been some, I think, howling errors by the goalkeeping. And howling, David, back to the owls and hoots. Howling, no pun intended there.
Howling howls, Sheffield Wednesday. Howling errors, I think that's a good pump, that one. So it's But there's going to be a bounce up here. And they're given back to Sheffield by Graham Branch, but not directly to the keeper, just out the play. Yeah, he's still a bit dizzy as Graham. He hasn't sort of recovered from that. So a goal kick to Sheffield Wednesday. 15 minutes of the second half gone here. Burnley 2, Sheffield Wednesday 4. Header on by Chaplow. Grant to Branch. O'Neill. Free kick. Well, he certainly runs through him, doesn't he? Matty O'Neill with a numerous amount of free kicks. And of course it was his cross that got the penalty for Burnley. He's had a good game, him and Chaplow particularly well. Armstrong, the old campaigner, on for the Clarets with a free kick. Back post it goes, Taylor rising up there. And there was Davis, and the ball filed unkindly to Burnley as Sheffield Wednesday attempt to do something. Armstrong, good challenge from Vaughan Armstrong. Blake gives it back to Grant rather quickly, and Grant looks round for some options here. He's found Davis, but he's in the centre. A crowd of players around Taylor. He tries a shot, claims for handball, not given, and Grant has possession now. He's switching it to the left-hand side. Can O'Neill get hold of this one? He does. He's got some support on this left-hand side. Got it on the way, man. Well, he certainly got that one wrong, definitely.
Yes, and I praised Mr. Clattenburg before for being up with playing. He was right on the ball there. Blake turns inside. Can he get his shot away? Offside, Branch.
Graham Branch offside as he was there with the official on the far side, and Sheffield Wednesday again will want to come forward. Akuki on that left-hand side for them with Arthur Gnohéré committed, and he gets the ball as Blake comes away with it for Burnley. Right-hand side for them. Can't keep it in play, but Claret's throwing. Davis inside for Taylor. Got Matty O'Neill on the left-hand side here, with Taylor holding the ball up here. Oh, just misread that one, but Chaplow gets it back, confident. O'Neill to Chaplow, shouting for it is Robbie Blake, but he gives the ball away. Chaplow, he's had a tremendous game in midfield today. There is shades of, and I can see it, and you mentioned him the other week, Stevens, but Sheffield Wednesday once again right across the face, but it's going to be kept in play. Well played indeed. A cross comes in again, and that's over the top from Holt.
Yeah, we mentioned a certain familiarity with the way he holds himself with Trevor Stephen, and he did everything right there. The crowd was really warming to the Burnley youngsters, Matty O'Neill and Richard Chaplow in particular, who I think, even though Robbie Blake's got 2 goals, 1 for the penalty spot, he's already one of my strong contenders for the man of the match. I think he's done really well, and he just spoiled that incident when he'd so much move. You spotted that Robbie Blake was out wide on the right. He was trying to find him, thought about it with the strong wind swirling all over, thought I'll make it safe, dribbled across the field with the ball, then tamely gave it away. But the young lad's had a debut to be proud of.
He has indeed. It's O'Neill with the ball now, just plays it forward for Graham Branch. He's playing up front now for the Clarets. Branch takes him on, Graham Branch. Right foot shot from him. Great save from Stringer. Oh, well, Robbie Blake just mistimed that one altogether. He could have picked his spot, stars in his eyes. He was looking perhaps for his hat-trick, but no, mistimed it. Armstrong down, and Gordon Armstrong wants to word the referee. Clattenburg, Terry said it's a booking. I wonder.
Yeah, it's definitely a booking, because he can't send him off surely for that, but shorter bodies at the back, stretched indeed, because we are down to 10 men, and professionally, call it what you will, that he's going nowhere is the Sheffield Wednesday forward, and Mr. Clattenburg will just sharpen his pencil and say, Gordon, I know it's Gordon, not making any puns about that, but you're in the diary.
So, Burnley substitute Gordon Armstrong in the referee's book for that foul. No suspensions totting up for Gordon. They haven't hardly played. but he's playing this afternoon a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday on their left-hand side now, as the Sheffield fans continue to sing harmoniously. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like a comedy of errors. It's 5-2.
Describe that. I think that it was young Richard Chopra perhaps who didn't get his tackle in that he may have done at the edge of the box, and the ball broke clear. Banks of players in the box. There's some more goals left here, 1 or 2 walk away, but again he mishit it, and it left Beresford scrambling there at his right post. And in all the excitement, I don't think we could say that Graham Branch did very, very well a few moments ago, and clattered one in, fired one in, that the goalkeeper was at full stretch to save.
Right, well, this is all action stuff. Davis plays it down to Taylor on the inside right channel, and Gareth Taylor does well. Shot from his block down, and Grant can't get hold of this one. He's playing it back towards his penalty area, and he gets away with it, but he puts the ball out of play right into the arms of the Wednesday manager, Chris Turner, over on that far side. Throw from Matty O'Neill. Graham Branch looks for that. Taylor's here, not offside. Cross comes across from Taylor. It's a Burnley throw-in. It's going to be Matty again to launch this one. That's a wee bit strong, but Matty O'Neill manages to get past his man. Cross comes in from O'Neill. It's a good cross to the back post, and Taylor was up for that one. And here's Robbie Blake on the left-hand side for Burnley now. Twist one way, then the other, into the penalty area. Do something with it now. Shot! Great save from Singer. Great shot from Blake. Made the opening, created the space, and a good shot.
Oh, it's a super dribble, isn't it? 2 against 2 here at the back. It'll go all the way to Beresford, but 2 against 2, and that is a real super goalkeeping save. We've been critical of keepers this afternoon, but low down to his right, going there, had to save, and he did very well. And I do not believe that foul, and neither does Graham Taylor, neither does the Sheffield Wednesday defenders, but there's only one person that does at the moment, that's Mr. Clattenburg. But Stringer in goal, super save.
So free kick then to Wednesday. Stringer out to take this one.
You know, when you think about it, we've mentioned it before about managers, who'd be a manager, but I mean, stand there, whatever he does, however he prepares during the week, you can't be held responsible for simple mistakes like they've been, and that's a Burnley throw-in. I mean, what can he say? They're just goalkeeping errors.
Most of the mistakes in this campaign has been at home, and I can't understand why. You know, because you've got home advantage. It is an advantage to play at home, but the defensive work in the home matches of recent has been very poor, and it's got to be addressed. So we'll probably do something about that in the close season. But meanwhile, it's Arthur Gnohéré. Oops, foul. And
adding to that, David, you've got to remember that we've missed Drizza Diallo and Cox here.
Yeah. Ian Cox has been out for some time now, and Drizza was back in form, back in the side, and he's out again today. So it's a throw-in. Matty O'Neill will take it, left-hand side for Burnley. As we reiterate to say it's as good as a corner, as O'Neill once again puts it into the box. But the keeper punches on this occasion. Out to Tony Grant. Grant's got Blake at the side of him. He chooses to go inside into Graham Branch. Branch is out the ball taken away. Slight confusion in the Wednesday defence, as there were in the Burnley defence momentarily ago, as Arthur plays it back to Beresford. He has to kick first time. A man homing down on him, and Wednesday cruising, I would think, at 5-2.
Yeah, I think cruising is the word.
Yeah. Turner's on the line, he's dancing constructive. This ball comes way down the left-hand side here. Chance in for the... and that's... save from Davis. The far post there, and that was looking like number 6.
What Chris Turner was saying was slot it down the line and get a move on, because they're a bit stretched again, and if you push on there quick, you have a chance of getting your cross in.
I Corner then to Sheffield Wednesday on the left-hand side. 25 minutes of the second half gone. As Wednesday look for the 6th goal, the ball comes in and Beresford's there, but he didn't get to it. The ball cleared again by Davis, and Captain Steve Davis clapping his hands, rallying his troops.
All hands to the pumps there, isn't it? With 2 men up, they've kept 3 back, so it still gives them equal numbers in the box.
Okay, here it comes again. Corner to Wednesday. Sheffield man just goes down there. Well done. Branch finds Blake, right-hand side. Chaplow wasn't a good ball for Chaplow. It sped past him, back of him, and the ball again. Sheffield Wednesday breaking on that left-hand side with Holt as he cuts the ball back right across the face once again. Sheffield still in possession here. Tony Grant looks on. The ball played back. As they play it forward, Armstrong brought down. And linesman flags, but the referee says let's get on with it. You know,
because the forward turned the defender there, just as similar in the Gareth Taylor situation, but it's a nothing
incident then. If the forward gets it, of course. Good challenge from Arthur Gnohéré on Kiko as Grant quickly dispatches it for Chaplow. Chaplow forward for Taylor. Taylor again. Chaplow will take this ball from Taylor, pushes it forward to Branch, but just in the nick of time there.
It'd be a brave man to say that we've seen the end of the scoring.
I wouldn't even consider it, as Wednesday again on this right-hand side. Holt plays it in, and that's another one. Well, what is happening here at Turf Moor? Burnley 2, Sheffield Wednesday 6.
Well, you've got a feel for Arthur Gnohéré, haven't you? Off for the end of his boot, turns it past Beresford. Who would have thought it? And I just finished the phrase. I don't think we've seen the end of the scoring yet, and a cross comes over, a nothing cross, and just turned in past the keeper.
It's now 6-2, good grief. Armstrong forward. Taylor gets a free kick, wants to take a quickly one, and consequently it doesn't fall to O'Neill. And, well, seems like every time Sheffield Wednesday get that ball across from either flank into that net, it's a goal coming up. And look at this for footballing skill from Holt, as Gnohéré can't get the ball off him. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's a free kick to the Clarets.
6 of one and half of the other. And he's booking him because he has to do, David, dragging Arthur down in the way that they were, because he's got to make up for the incident that he did with Gareth Taylor, right spot on. You said that every time they go forward they look like they could score, but we've given them some shots at this end, and it's 6-2 down, 10 men. Oh dear, tell you what, the young lads will remember this game.
Taylor was in there. You see, he has to be careful, Terry, because he's getting annoyed now, is Gareth Taylor. He thinks the referee's against him. He's frustrated, and we don't want another man off. No, we don't. Just coming up to the half-hour mark in the second half here. Burnley 2, Sheffield Wednesday 6. It sounds awful, doesn't it? We've seen a few of these at the Turf this season. We really don't want to see any more.
Earlier on in the season, Stan mentioned the very fact that we threw one in occasionally, but as you said, David, they've been thrown in a bit too often for our liking, and it really is a disappointing end to the season, because it's usually the celebration of the season that's gone by, and often the result hasn't really mattered. But to be tubbed 6-2 at this stage when against a side that's been relegated, it's just a disappointment.
It is. It's unusual as well, and you know, nobody likes. I mean, we like to see goals, but we obviously like to see the Clarets on the side of the goals and not on conceding that so many. Gnohéré, Chaplow, just a bit hard from Chaplow. Plate attendants right in front of the cricket field stand. We don't want any invasions of the pitch, of course. Here's O'Neill for Burnley with right on the touchline. The line said it stayed in place. Sheffield Wednesday have it pushed right across to that far post. Steve Davis wins the day with Kuki as Davis for Blake. Oh, look at the handball there, but again not given. Wednesday on the left-hand side once again. Cuts inside. Right in the way was Gordon Armstrong. Here's Robbie Blake. Push forward for Branch. Awkward one to catch, but he managed to get hold of it eventually. As Grant picks it up now, left-hand side for O'Neill. And O'Neill wants to take him on as he's seen him quite easy, squares it up here for Chaplow. He turns it right side. Oh, bad control from Robbie Blake there, lost possession. Yeah, gets thinking about goals and before he'd actually got the ball. What's that? Substitution then for Wednesday. Owusu. So another substitute for the visitors. The officials will allow this one. Owusu is on. Is it Holt that's gone off?
Lloyd Owusu coming on, and I can't see who's going off, David, but yeah, Holt and ex-Brentford player, I think, Lloyd Owusu.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah, you're right there. Owusu went on, the ex-Brentford man into the fray, into the box. Gordon Armstrong marking him up straight away. Sheffield trying to get that down the left-hand side, but Robbie Blake's in the way. Wednesday is going to switch the play. Should have given an advantage. Stan looking disappointed there as he's on the edge of his perimeter. Pleads with the referee. What was that for? Free kick given to Sheffield Wednesday, as if they don't need any more advantages. 6-2 their lead. Gnohéré's header. Armstrong. O'Neill. Onside is Graham Branch, the left-hand side for Burnley. The man is to get in the box for Graham Branch to put that ball in. Taylor's there, as well as Chaplow over the head of Taylor. It falls here to Grant. Cross comes in, header from, oh, just wide from Chaplow. And the cross from Grant on the right-hand side there.
Yeah, Chaplow could have just crowned again. He had a rip-snorting shot in the first half and just ground his full debut at home with a glancing header just beyond the outstretched arms of Stringer. Not to be, unfortunately. Tell you what, they'll take a lot of heart through this, won't they? 6-2 away from home. They'll go through the season thinking, well, you know, we've gone down in the right way. We're full of spirit. It can only hold them in good stead for next season. And they are a big club, David. And Stan's talked about turmoil off the pitch in summer because of lack of money and all the rest of it. Very, very interesting to see.
It will indeed. Sheffield Wednesday again. Left-hand side, the cross comes in. Hits Robbie Blake. Blake goes down. They must have clattered him in the face. The shot. That allowed it 7-2. Robbie Blake had gone down, and that was the 7th goal for Sheffield Wednesday. Can you believe that? It's happened again. It's a score less than the Watford one, and unbelievable scenes here at Turf Moor. I don't believe this. How on earth can this be? The repeated scorelines, heavy defeats at Turf Moor. It's happened again. Arthur Gnohéré. Pump forward for Taylor. Sheffield managed to get the ball away. And onside, out comes Beresford. He'll kick that one. Long up for Taylor with a chase this one. Gets control of it. Tries a speculative shot. And it's over the top from Taylor. What can you do? What can you do?
And during the close season, David, you and I are going to have to start eating one or two dictionaries because I think we've gone through the vocabulary to describe performances and goals this season, because whatever you said, you've said bizarre. You said you're not going to use the word bizarre again, but you know, you might have to do. You might have to use it again before the end of the season.
Well, 36 minutes of the second half gone, and Burnley defensively nothing at all. It's Sheffield Wednesday who have 7 goals. Burnley have 2.
And the cameraman's assistant is just on his second incident back sheet where he writes down the action, and he's lost because he can't read the numbers. The cameraman can't read the numbers, and he's told us, as Philip, the cameraman, that he can't even see and close up the numbers. So what chance we?
Well, it'll be a safe journey, it'll be a happy journey home as well for these travelling Sheffield Wednesday fans. And here we go again, and this is 8. No, it's Beresford. Good save from Marlon Beresford. Good grief. Branch did well, but he got dispossessed as well, did Graham Branch.
Well, thank goodness for Marlon Beresford there, because it not only should it have been 8, it absolutely definitely could have been 8, because if he hadn't have saved with his feet there, simple chance to just wave after wave now. Cock a hoop, tails up, the owls are tweeting.
They sat highly on the perch as well, or up the tree, whatever you want to call it, but you know, for a team that's got relegated and come here to Turf Moor and win by 7, so far that is, 7-2, wonders what's happening in the world of football. But it's quite true, there's no fantasy about it. Burnley will really have to sort the defence out for next campaign, which is not too far away. Quickly taken free kick on that far side, Sheffield Wednesday. Branch goes in, and ball comes across as Chopra was chasing that one. It's Sheffield Wednesday throwing on the far side again. Again the ball played in. Matty O'Neill heads it down. Wednesday in possession. Early one. Headed out by Davis, straight back to him. O'Neill's interception for Gnohéré. Glides the ball up, Taylor's in there. And the assistant's giving it, and the referee waves play on. Gives it the way of the Clarets now, free kick.
And the referee and the assessment on this side in total disagreement. The linesman had flagged for a foul by Arthur, I think, on Wuzu, and Mr. Clattenburg would have none of it, and finally gave the handball in Burnley's favour. Gareth Taylor, Wednesday, flick on header. Blake couldn't control. Ball comes out, Chaplow in the air, heads on, gets a dink into the back foot, which Clattenburg sees, and a free kick, perhaps just a few yards out, further than Robbie Blake would like. Grant over the ball, Armstrong, Chopra. Matt O'Neill, man of the match from substitute.
It's great for the youngster. Man of the match, Matty O'Neill. Free kick to the Clarets. Gordon Armstrong will take this one for Burnley, up to the back post. Davis is up there. Comes off the head, was a handball. Claims 4 not given once again. Can't see too much up there. Clarets throw in. Cross throw again, long into the box, looking for Branch. That's O'Neill, but the man's quickly on him. Kuki, it's the man. O'Neill gets it back off him. Pull it back to the. Oh, Taylor, chance here. Oh, blocked by Stringer. Good keeping again as Grant here. Into the box, Davis over the top, and Stringer collects that one at the far post. Burnley trying to get another goal back here, but try as they might, the thing is they've conceded 7.
Matt O'Neill had the ball taken off him out wide and managed to win it back. Cross come over. Taylor on the far post at his feet and caused the save from Stringer at the near post, and that's a good save.
Armstrong down for Taylor, but the ball is running away. Is that mine? We'll get the ball back, we'll get a throw in eventually. It's like 4 minutes, maybe 3. And Sheffield Wednesday have it once again. Davis. Steve Davis once again. Plays it up for the right-hand side for Branch. Controls it well, cuts it inside to Chaplow. Chaplow still does well. He's pushed wide. He thought he'd lost control. He needs some support here. Down to the touchline. He's got support in Robbie Blake. He's holding him off, is the youngster, I've got to say. And it's other way. Got some guts, as Terry, yeah. Throw then, not too as long as Matty O'Neill's, of course. There's Davis for Burnley, Branch and Blake. Cross from Blake. Oh, just flew past O'Neill there. Fell unlucky for the youngster, could have had a pop on goal there. And Wednesday down this near side there, right hand side. And Arthur Gnohéré lets that one roll away. Way past the many contingents of police in front of the cricket field stand of the ground.
And of course this side of the ground and in front of the Jimmy McGregor stand, lots of stewards try to keep the fans back so as the players can get, I don't want to say a lap of honour. We lost the first half 3-1, we've lost the second half up to now 4-1. Last 3 or 4 minutes of the home campaign and the Clarets on the back of another heavy defeat. It's a bit disappointing in truth. I don't know what Stan will say after the match. He'll probably shake his head, but he's never normally stuck for words. I'll try and have a few words with him afterwards, but David, I'll have to be very gentle with Stan because I should imagine he'll be extremely disappointed.
Yes, like everybody at Turf Moor. Well, not everybody, particularly the Burnley fans, of course. Sheffield fans are quite happy about it, but it's not very nice when you concede all these goals at home, and it's happened on the, as we say, not just once, but 3 or 4 times here. So Reading and Rotherham, and Watford, and now Sheffield Wednesday. And Grimsby away was a 6-5. Strange one. Anyway, Beresford kicks it down towards Gareth Taylor here, and Sheffield just pump it back. Arthur Gnohéré, Chaplow. That was just a little bit wayward. Branch has to chase it. They quite happy to put the ball into touch at the Bob Lord side of the ground. Good touch from the manager, Stan Ternent, former Burnley and Carlisle player, of course. Now then, here's Blake. Nice ball inside for Armstrong, who chips it forward for Chaplow on the right-hand side. And Chaplow again needs support, but he crosses in. Well, opposite foot, Taylor. Oh, couldn't just get to it there, but O'Neill chasing this one. And O'Neill just cuts inside. Chaplow turns. They're still just outside the box now, Richard Chaplow. And O'Neill got Chaplow to play it to again, and his corner, goal kick.
And Chaplow with his cross from the left side there, showing that not only has a good engine, not only has a bit of foresight, bit of passing skill, and up and down the pitch, bit of guts, as you said, to good feet. It's not a lot missing, if you ask me. Matt O'Neill's done very well since he came on. Blake, 2 goals. Not enough from the rest of the players. Branchy's done pretty well, but when you concede soft goals, David, it really does sap the confidence, and it drained the crowd, as you said. And they were going back down to South Yorkshire, back over the Pennines in this Roses battle. Tails between, well, not between the legs, held high, if you like. And well, Chris Turner, he'll look and say what might be, and the Wednesday fans have just summed it up, and they've set it up by saying we'll be back. And who would argue with them?
I wouldn't argue with them, no. It's amazing, really, that they've won here. They've gone down, and they'll be quite happy to play in the second division next year, because they've got a lot of confidence from this game. And that is it. That's the end of the home games at Turf Moor. It's not the way we wanted it to go. It's not a lot to be said for the defence. 2 goalkeepers in Burnley's, well, McCopolis and Beresford both used. Both made mistakes, defensive errors from the side as well. And it's finished rather sadly, I feel, but it doesn't matter. But it's sad, because a new campaign just around the corner. Finished here at Turf Moor. Burnley 2, Sheffield Wednesday 7.